But this story, what happened to me last night, helped me understand that I could never be a mom even if I wanted to be one. And I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally.
You can get, they make some contraptions.
Like injections? Like some sort of
No, they make a
estrogen injection?
They make a man bra with milk in it. I'm not kidding. So a man can breastfeed.
Rhett, my daughter is 11 years old. She doesn't breastfeed.
Well, in some cultures they breastfeed until like 6 or 7. Not a joke. Not joking about that.
Is that really where you want to take this?
No.
No, but okay. So here's what happened last night. Let's see. Lincoln said, "Let's watch a documentary together. Let's watch a nature documentary together."
Okay, whoa.
Because
you're training them right.
Right. Here's what happens. What my son really wants to do is watch Minecraft videos. But he knows I'm not going to let him watch Minecraft videos, and he's addicted to screens. This is the main thrust of our parenting at this point, is to get our kids to not be as addicted to screens. We give them screen time, which is allotted amounts of time where they don't, because they would spend every waking moment in front of a screen, all 3 of my kids. And I don't think it's a reflection on my parenting, I think it's a reflection on society.
Oh, really?
It's not my fault.
Okay.
I also like screens.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Oh,
my
I love
compromise is, let's watch a documentary together. And Lincoln's picked up on that. So now, he'll suggest to watch a documentary because at least he's getting to watch a screen. And it fuels his habit, his addiction. And Lily did not want to watch a nature documentary.
Really?
No, she was not into that at all. She loves animals, but she just doesn't want to watch one of those. Lando doesn't care.
You talking about one where like the
fine.
lion attacks the zebra and they watch him eat the zebra?
We usually watch the ones like deadliest animals ever type thing.
Yeah.
Horror stories involving animals.
It's not really a documentary. It's kind of like a true TV special.
But it's close enough. So we go on Netflix and we're looking around. I just said search for nature, and then whatever comes up we'll pick from that. Oh, here's one about bears. Everyone's like, Lincoln's like, yeah, and then Lily's like, no. And then here's one on a snowy owl. Everyone's like, no. And then I look at the description and it's like, made famous from the Harry Potter books and films, the snowy owl, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden Lily's like, yes.
Yeah, she's got a point of connection.
She is obsessed with Harry Potter. She's read all the books except the last one over the last 3 weeks. It's like voracious.
Oh, hold on. That's
maybe 5 weeks.
That's impossible. You need to like send her somewhere. I mean, like
She has an addiction.
a great reader.
To that, which is fine. Anyway, to move the story along, we watched the Snowy Owl documentary, and they are just
This
milking.
is riveting.
They are milking the heck out of the snowy owls. Oh, there's only 2 snowy owls.
They're milking the snowy owls? Well, how the heck do you do that? Back to breastfeeding.
They are over dramatizing a storyline to make the documentary more interesting.
Okay.
These are the only 2 snowy owls in this whole tundra, and they've set up a nest here. Does that mean that they've picked a bad location and they're not going to survive? They now have 5 little hatchlings. Are they going to survive? One of the father is having to bring in all of these little mice-type creatures. I can't remember what they're called. Something with
Mice?
2 syllables. Like big rat-type things. They feed them to the little owlets. Are they going to survive? One of the owlets is alarmingly smaller than all of the other owlets.
The runt.
Is it gonna survive?
Probably not.
At this point, I'm like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I didn't feel dirty or anything. I was not interested in the documentary, so I went to take a shower. I get out of the shower. Documentary should not be over, yet everyone has dispersed. And Christy's in the bedroom. I'm like, what happened with the
snowy owls? It was
what happened
so
with
interesting.
The snowy owl documentary.
Just got to the runt part.
She's like, it took a turn. The baby owl died. And then mom fed it to me.
Hey kids, Harry Potter. Hey,
And then
this got famous in Harry Potter.
And then Christy.
We're gonna feed one of the other brothers and sisters!
And then Christy goes, Lily is in her room.
Right.
On her
Yeah, you got put a warning on that. Who came up with this thing? What outfit is this thing from?
I know,
Before I accuse them.
luring Harry Potter fans, young and old, into such a morbid situation. So then,
So did you say, "Oh, I gotta watch this"? Put it back in.
well, no,
put the VHS
I gotta
back in.
I gotta be dad to the rescue here. So I'm like, before I go into Lily's room, I go into Lincoln's room. He's getting in bed now. It's bedtime. So I go up to Lincoln. I'm like, what happened to the movie? And he's like, baby owl died. Other baby owls ate it. Good night, Dad.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, at least he's not upset.
He's
This is
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Lando it was already asleep. I go in Lily's room, literally like face red, eyes bawling, and I'm like, do you want to talk about it? I'm not equipped for this. I'm not the mom.
But you just showered. I mean,
I'm at least clean.
You smell good.
Like, do you want to talk about this? She's like, no. And I finally get out of her. I'm like, are you upset? And I know they ate I know that's gross. I'm sorry. That's wildlife. That's what
wildlife,
happens. That's
baby.
nature. That's what happens. Things happen. So I'm just upset that the cameraman didn't help. I'm like, well, that's a good point.
Well, interesting, breaking the fourth wall there.
And yeah, and then I'm like, well, did you feel bad for the
Not really.
conies? I think they were called conies. Those little rat-like
Rabbits.
creatures. Conies were the rabbits, and then there were like little rat-like things that they were feeding to the owlets. I was like, did you feel sorry for them? Did you want the cameraman to save them? You felt sorry for the owlet because they were making the story about the owlet. If they made the story about the little mice, you'd have felt sorry for the mice. Therefore, good night. She's still crying. I didn't say therefore good night. That's just what I was thinking. But that didn't work.
Good. You shouldn't have said that.
And then, so somehow I ended up saying, you know, when Aunt TC showed you the little puppies, what they didn't tell you is that the mom is blind and she rolled over on one of the puppies and suffocated it, and it died too. And I'm like, immediately I was like, that wasn't good.
Let me put things into perspective.
I was trying to illustrate that.
You know those puppies that we met a couple of weeks ago? Well, one of them died as a result of the mother suffocating. How do you feel now?
So she cried a little bit more.
Oh, God.
I was honestly trying to help, and then I was like,
What was your point?
my point was, don't stop watching documentaries. It's good for you to learn that these things happen in nature. It's cruel, but it's the way things work. You can't interfere as a cameraman because you're documenting it, and there's a balance, and things die all the time. I can't even do a much better job here of explaining. And then
And if you die, we're gonna feed you to your brother and sister. Good night, baby.
And then I said, it's like our friend's dog
Oh God!
that also just died.
Gus got put to sleep.
Poor our friends.
Gus, who made an appearance in our Get Off the Phone video, was put to sleep on Saturday.
He had to be put to sleep.
He had cancer.
It was a humane choice,
you
but it was
che-
very
you
sad.
cheered her up with that.
And I told Lily that. And at this point, I got to give my daughter credit. At this point, she starts convulsing.
Well, yeah, I
And-
think I would have been convulsing.
But then after a second, I realized she was laughing. She was, and I was like, then I started laughing. I was like, what are you laughing at? She was like, Dad, you are such an idiot. Think about everything you've just told me. And she totally called me out on it. She's like, Dad, you've told me the worst stories that you could possibly tell me. This puppy dies, this dog dies. What are you thinking?
Wow, she's smarter than you are already.
And then I realized I'm a genius. I pulled her through it. She's laughing. She had sweet dreams last night. Everybody's good. I didn't take
one
the
way
motherly
to see
tack, but you know what? It was a long meandering path, but we achieved victory. And I'm a great father. Question mark.
All right, that was really fun. You know what wasn't fun? My trip to Disneyland.
Oh, really? What happened?
Okay, so you know we were recently at Playlist, and I didn't get to go to the world of Disney.
Yeah,
but I came back
Orlando.
to California and
Went to the land of Disney.
took a little day to go to the land of Disney with my family. And so my family has been to Disneyland together, the three of them, twice, and they are just the best time. We have the best time. They got the season passes. You know, the 3 of them got the season passes. And they were like, but Jesse was like, well, next time that you have a chance, you should go and you should get the season pass. So all 4 of us will have the season pass because we have so much fun at Disneyland. The kids love it. They get excited about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be a great Disney dad. I'm gonna go. Let's get the pass. And
Were you wearing that shirt? Because that would have been perfect.
Yeah, and I had a fanny pack. And then we get there, and I'm like, and Jesse's like, do you want to experience the day first and see if you want to get the pass?
Oh, do you want to experience the day first
And I was
as a
like,
trial?
heck no, y'all love it so much.
Give me the pass.
Let's
Bring it
just
on.
preemptively. In fact, let's go ahead and preemptively upgrade our passes so we don't have so many blackout days. I mean, so we upgraded the pass, everything.
This setup here, you're really setting this up.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad for you, and I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so the first thing that we noticed is that the first thing that happens is we walk. I'm like, there's a lot of people here. I was like, it's a school day. You know, I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that my kids are homeschooled, and I, you know, take a day and go to Disney with them. And there are a lot of people. And Jesse's like, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot more than there were the last time we came. And then we talked to one of the guys there, and he's like, yeah, this is our first day of the spring break season. So this is actually a high capacity day. And I was like, okay. At least the weather's good. You know what? We have passes. We don't feel pressure to go to a lot of things.
Yeah, just hang out in one place and watch the spring breakers debauch themselves at Disney.
But we got there a little bit late. So we were like, okay, well, let's go around and get some fast passes to a few things. And we go around and like fast pass to Space Mountain. We're there at like 10 a.m. Fast pass to Space Mountain already says 7:30 p.m.
What?
So it's like, oh, the whole day is already gone? Like, I gotta be here for another 9 hours before I can ride the first ride that gets a fast pass? And then we look around and like all the fast passes are into the PMs. And we wanted to go to Disneyland and then go to California Adventure. So Jesse's like, I want to end the day at California Adventure. So, because Cars Land is really cool at night and stuff, and kids love it. And so let's not do any fast passes. Let's just find something to wait in line for while we're here. Something that's not something kids haven't done before. So Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, roller coaster that's been closed for 2 years. They just revamped it. They're opening it back up, and the kids haven't been on it because it was closed, being worked on last time they were there. So we get in the line for Big Thunder Mountain. Meanwhile, we've walked all around and seen the fast passes. We've done the thing where multiple people have already peed. Like, instead of everybody peeing at the same time, you pee and then you're like, oh, I gotta pee.
You've walked around Disney. The only thing you've done is use the bathroom and seen the fast passes.
Yeah. Then I get into so I've been there like
Fast passes are not an attraction.
right. So I say we've been there for an hour and a half, and then we get into Big Thunder Mountain line. We're in line, and it was going to be a 45-minute wait for the ride.
That's not too bad.
So that's pretty average for a ride that's kind of in demand. We wait for 30 minutes, and then they're like, we're sorry, there are some technical difficulties, and we are going to have to shut down Big Thunder Mountain. If you could reverse your direction and head out of the attraction.
End of story.
So we turn around, we head out of the attraction, and then Jesse's like, you know what? It's so crowded over here. Let's just go over to California Adventure now.
It's bound to be less crowded.
So you have to go all the way out of the park. You have to leave one park. You have to go through the security and the annual pass to get into California Adventure.
Totally separate thing.
Yeah, we get in there, and then we go, and then Locke's like, I want to do California Screamin'. It's a roller coaster. I didn't get to do it last time, and it's no, actually he did get to do it. It's like
one person dies a year.
Wooden roller coaster, and I'm like, yeah, I think I can handle that one. Let's go over there. So Jesse and Shepard get into one line for some smaller ride, and Locke and I get into the line for California Screamin'. We get in the line. 60-minute wait. Okay, so I'm like, 60-minute wait. Let's do it. Oh, we already got the fast pass for Soarin', I think, which is we really like that ride. So we get in the line. It's getting a little bit hotter. We're waiting. 30 minutes into waiting.
No.
Sorry, but we're gonna have to shut down California Screamin' for some technical difficulties. If you could reverse your direction and head out of the ride.
And at this point, you're like, no! Right?
Oh, and I forgot to mention that when we got there, they do this thing on high traffic days when you're driving into the park. Jesse was like, you need to go right there to go into the parking. And there were all these cops out there and these cones, and they were directing traffic. And I was like, what's the deal? He's like, Well, sometimes when the traffic gets bad, we have to direct it to the next lot. So we had to go to the lot that's 3/4 of a mile from the park and walk because we were a long ways from the shuttle. And so we've got Shepherd and we're walking. So it took us like, 20 minutes just to get to the park walking. I didn't even say that.
But you just did, so we got it.
So I'm thinking Disney sucks.
It does suck.
Disneyland sucks.
Hearing about it
And
sucks. kinda.
then Jesse's like, well, you know what? Let's just stop and let's get lunch because it was already like 3 o'clock.
So you backed out of that line?
I haven't done anything. Backed out of 2 lines. Let's go get lunch. She says, Yelp says that the Garden Grill is good.
Yelp's
So-
inside Disney?
Yeah. So we can walk. We walk over to the Garden Grill and it's like, we go in this thing and then
30 minutes in the line.
No.
Everyone at Golden Disney needs to
Worse than
reverse their
that.
direction.
Garden Grill closed for the day.
What? You were in a line for it and it wasn't even
No,
open?
I walked into the restaurant. I walked into this place. It was like a food court area, and then they had the menu, and I was like, go up there, and it's like nobody there, and they're like, yeah, Garden Grill's closed today. And I'm like, how is this happening? How is this our Disney experience? So,
The mouse hates you.
I was really, really upset, and was thinking, it was like, what do you do when all this stuff gets shut down?
What does your face look like at this point?
Kind of like I'm constipated, but it's a Disney constipation.
And as you look around, are you seeing this on everyone else's face?
No, I felt like it was only happening to me. Everyone else was having a blast. Everyone was like, oh, greatest moment of our lives. They all talk like Mickey Mouse when they go to Disneyland.
But you like got the stink face.
Things turned around. I will say it was a really bad day up until like 4 p.m. And at that point, we got our fast pass to one of the things. We did the Tower of Terror. We did Soarin'. We ended up doing some other rides. We had a good dinner. Cars Land does get nice at night, and people started leaving. We were able to walk onto some things.
Put that on a commercial. Cars Land does get nice.
So
at night.
and then I said, you know what? We need to look at the attendance records and see when there won't be that many people there. And it is determined that mid-March to mid-April is bad time.
Oh.
Mid-April to mid-May is this in-between time before the summer gets crazy. So if we're gonna go back, it'll be sometime there. Anyway, maybe it'll still be okay. I mean, I've already paid for the annual pass, so I got to go back and make the best of it.
And that's the advantage of the pass is that, especially since you bought the blackout days, I will
Not all of them.
I will venture to guess that some of those blackout days are maybe the best days to go. That hence the blackout.
No, they black out the really crowded days.
So you bought the days you'll never go?
No, we got Sundays. So we got the pass that lets you go on Sundays. We had the lowest level, and we upgraded to the Southern California pass, so you can go on
Sullen, California.
Sullen.
That's
can
what
go
you were.
Monday through Thursday and on Sunday.
You're a sullen Californian at the.
So I think it'll be good. I didn't get to ride Space Mountain. I was looking forward to that, having just experienced.
We're entering
about
positive
Death World.
spin mode right now.
But I don't want Disney to sue me. That's what I'm trying to go after. That's what I'm trying to say right now.